What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and you'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Today is Tuesday, August 23rd. It's day 49 inside the Big Brother house. And well, it's been over 48 hours since we have had a really good look inside the backyard for Dyre Fest. There's lots of rumors and speculation about what a wall yeller said, what the house guests have heard, rumors about whether or not the veto was used or not, and there was a new replacement nominee. But again, we have no confirmation of any of this. We've only had a few little glimpses inside outside in the backyard Dyre Fest group. So we don't know anything. We will break down what we are thinking and even possible scenarios for how things might be and what we do know in a little bit. But let's start with what we do concretely know, and that's about what's going on in Brochella. And even that information is a little bit limited. The feeds are down a lot of the day because of this whole situation, so we're not 100% sure all the conversations that have happened, but some big ones that did take place was Michael and Brittany. They had a very nice strategy talk, which is it. Listen, their strategy talks are always kind of the same, where they just run through every single scenario that they could possibly think of and try and come up with the best idea. They started to say that, hey, it's probably a good idea if we tell Taylor about what Kyle told them about the three of them being the last ones brought in to the leftovers, with the pound being that first group, which I still don't think they actually know the name of the pound. I don't remember if Kyle actually told them that, but Kyle did tell them that, listen, the four guys were together and then they brought the three of you in. Like, that's how it worked. So Michael and Brittany, they plan on telling Taylor that. When they do that, I'm not 100% sure, but look out for that conversation if we get to see it. They talked about what their ideal Final Five would be. And listen, their ideal Final Five, it changes like every week, every day. So don't take too much away from this. But currently it stands as would be them plus Taylor, Terrance, Alyssa, or Joe. One of the two. So they would assume get out Turner, Monte, Kyle, and go on from there. But again, their ideal Final Five kind of changes all the time. Meanwhile, Taylor and Monte had a talk, and she wants Monte to talk to Brittany about the whole Final Four deal that they want to make, and that possibly taking a shot at Michael. And he said, he's like, listen, I'm not too sure that I'm there with Brittany yet. Like, I don't know if that is something I can easily bring up to her and not sound unauthentic, which is fair, right? You want to have had a pretty good rapport, at least game wise, before you kind of jump in to be like, hey, you know that person that's pretty much your number one, what if we cut him? You know, it's not exactly an easy conversation to have. Both groups kind of separately all agreed about telling Jasmine that she will be going home. Will be going to jury, and she will be voted out this week. But it's more about the timing of it. They separately all agreed it was a good idea to tell her. Then they all came together later in the night, and they agreed that, yeah, we should tell her. I don't think Monte is going to be involved in the conversation because he's supposed to be completely unaware of what's going on, so maybe he won't be telling her. But Taylor and Brittany are definitely going to be saying, like, look, you can't count on my vote. We've had stuff going on. We know about the old school alliance. We know about girls. Brittany was going to say she knows about, there's been times where she's come to me and said, Turner said this about you, when Turner had already told her that Jasmine said it and came to her immediately afterwards and told her what happened, only for Jasmine to later try and say Turner said it. So they said they're pretty much going to lay it out to her on why they can't vote to keep her. And whether that happens tomorrow, whether it happens on Thursday, we'll see. They're even speculating that the eviction could be moved up. The house guests are. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure it's still happening on Thursday. It's going to be the live eviction as planned. But hey, at this point, who knows with how this twist has gone. And it's really kind of a shame because I see a lot of people hating on the twist, a lot of people not liking it. I still believe this is a good thing for Big Brother long term. What I always try and do is you can't just think about a twist like, oh, what's it like in the season it's in? What could it be like if it was in seasons past? Would it have been a good twist? I almost guarantee you that if this twist came in let's say Big Brother 19, in Big Brother 21, maybe not 20 probably, people probably enjoyed that one a little bit, so they wouldn't want it. 22, right? Like, this twist would be loved by many people. But since the Leftovers are a very popular alliance, which I'm all for, I like them as well, it has caused people to not like this twist as much, because their favorites are going instead of the people they want to see go. But listen, that's the nature of a twist, right? It's Big Brother. You have to expect the unexpected, and anything can happen. And there's a lot of bit of luck involved in winning Big Brother. You could be the best comp beast, you could be the best social player, but you could get unlucky, and that could end your game. So I still think there's a lot that needs to be changed about the twist. I think they needed to think about wall yellers before they implemented it, which I'm sure they did, but I guess they just assumed it wouldn't be a big issue. I don't know. It needs to be reworked. But overall, I like the change, especially midway through the season, when it's usually a little bit slower and more predictable, and things are kind of like on rails until you get to at least like 7, and then things start to change. So this is a nice little switch up, and kind of a clean slate now coming out of this week, because we don't 100% know where everybody's loyalties are going to lie, how the house is going to come back together, what all the different ramifications will be for who gets evicted, and we're going to have to see how that all turns out. Now, let's talk about some of the rumors. First off, the feeds have been down, and really the only thing that does make sense is that it was a wall yeller, and they can't have them in the backyard as often as they would like. That, along with the fact that music was playing, and the indoor house guests could hear that, that all kind of leads to us believing that it was a wall yeller. As far as what the wall yeller said, we have no clue. It wasn't actually on the feeds. There was no clip of what the wall yeller said. We would literally just be going on speculation and rumors that were posted by people who say they have sources, but who are they, right? Anybody who's like has anonymity online and also claims like, yeah, I have a secret source, like, just you can't believe that. I just don't see any reason to give them full credit and stuff, especially when there's been other stuff they've been completely wrong with in the past. So you want to take the info with a little bit of salt, especially there's one account in particular that has already kind of covered their bases and said that if their sources there might be lying, so if they are, don't blame them. So it's like, well, you're starting a rumor. So maybe don't start rumors if you're not 100%. But I'm just saying. So yeah, we really have no clue what's going on. One of the big rumors right now is that Terrance, being the winner of the veto, has used the power of veto on Turner, and now it's Kyle and Joseph up on the block. We can't confirm this. We have no idea what the actual situation is. But since that is the rumor and we don't know for sure, let's just kind of go over a couple scenarios on why that might have happened. Maybe the easiest one on why that probably happened is, well, the wall yeller has gotten in information that has changed the way the people in the backyard Dyre Fest kind of see how people have been talking, and maybe it has turned Terrance against Kyle, and now he wants to get Kyle out. That's a possibility. We don't know. Probably the more likely scenario is this is a setup from Terrance and Kyle to do a couple of things. One, it kind of sets up Turner to see whether or not Turner will vote for Kyle or Joseph to leave. Because if they tell him to vote for Joseph to leave, and then he votes for Kyle, that would then make them less trustworthy of him when they're going back into the house. It could also be a way for Kyle to hide the fact that he flipped on the leftovers so that he can kind of play double agent when the house comes back together, which I don't think would really work anyway. The four inside have already kind of agreed that Kyle's probably the biggest threat right now with how much he is connected to Alyssa. And it just is a fact, right? When you're in a showmance, that is a stronger bond than you're going to have with anybody in the house, whether you have a final 2 with them, final 3 with them, it doesn't matter. If you're in a showmance with somebody, you're going to have a stronger bond with them, period. It is what it is. So he would definitely be trying to do a little bit of double agent stuff, but I don't think it's really going to work. And yeah, those are really the two biggest reasons why the veto would probably be used. If it was used at all. It's very likely that the veto was not used. The nominations are the same, and Joseph and Turner are still on the block. We just do not know. And I almost feel at this point that they're holding the feeds in the backyard and the Dyre Fest to pump up the rating for Wednesday. This is one of those few times where they have a reason and an excuse to take the feeds down and not show us what's going on. And the only way we can get the information now is to watch the episode on Wednesday. So I don't know. I think even if you're hoping that the veto was used and Kyle was put up, you need to prepare for maybe it wasn't used, and if it was used, maybe Joseph is still the target. So if you've been going, yes, we've done it, the veto's been used, that doesn't necessarily mean that Joseph will be staying or safe. So we'll see how it all goes. It's been fascinating too. There was one clip that kind of leaked. It was Turner, Joseph, and Terrance. They're the ones that you can see in the picture, but you can hear Kyle talking. Now, there's potential that he was talking to Alyssa and he was just off in another part of the backyard, and the audio leaked over into the feeds when they showed it for like half a second. Or he could have been sitting there in the group, and if he was sitting there in the group, there's potential that he was talking about how after the veto was used, trying to explain his game again, because what we did catch was one line, and it was, you should join my festy besties, we've got your back. I'm assuming he's saying back, but as you're trying to like figure out like what's he saying, it's like a half a clip. People are like overanalyzing, like what's it mean? I posted a tweet being like, all right, let's overanalyze this. He's sitting here, he's doing this. I put a little graphic up, and I honestly did it as a joke. Few hours later, someone literally did one on like why you can't see Kyle and where he's sitting, and like they went deep with it, like it was like the magic bullet of cameras and you couldn't see Kyle because he was at the right angle. But yeah, we know nothing. We literally know nothing for certain about what's going on in the backyard or Dyre Fest. So we're just going to have to wait and see if we eventually do get the feeds back, or if just on Wednesday is when we're going to find out whether or not the veto was actually used, and then Thursday who will actually be going home, because again, we know absolutely nothing about what's going on in the Dyre Fest backyard, all because of some wall yellers who thought they were going to affect the game in a positive way, but all they've done is broken our toy, and now we can't even enjoy it at all, because yeah, people like to ruin things. That's how the world works. It's a mess. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. That's really all I got for you. There's not much else to go on. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy this little update. I'm giving you the best I got. I'm giving you everything I got. There's very little. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support I've been getting over these past few weeks through this entire season, which I still think this has been one of the best seasons we've had in years. I've enjoyed this season way more than I have many others. And yes, we've had a little setback this week, but I think once things come together next week, there's going to be a nice little power vacuum and struggle to see who comes out on top, where people's loyalties are going to lie, who's going to take the first shot, and how we go forward into that end game. I think it's going to be really interesting. So if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you made it all the way to the end of this video through all of that rambling, smash that like button. You know you enjoyed it if you made it all the way to the end of this. And hit that notification bell so you never miss a video, you never miss a stream. Thursday, we will have our live watch party for the eviction episode. It will be a double eviction. So we'll see how this all goes. I've heard even rumors of people saying like, oh, wouldn't it be great if after the two people are evicted, then they're put on the block again together? It's like, well, stop. Like, none of this stuff is going to happen. One thing that may be of note that's kind of interesting is the indoor house guests can't get into the have-not room anymore. It's completely locked up. So there is potential that they're changing that room into something that could be used in the future, down the road here, maybe this upcoming week, maybe in the next few weeks. We'll see how that all goes. But yeah, there is that's going on. There's also potential that maybe maybe the house guests are sleeping in that. Who knows? Because I am almost certain that the backyard house guests are not in the backyard all the time anymore. I think what they're being done is keeping in maybe a separate soundstage somewhere else. Maybe the one that they are using the veto for, the veto competitions that they held this week. So we'll see. We'll see. We don't know anything that's really going on, and it's been a rough week. It's been a rough week inside the Big Brother house. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.